Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is going to be your love stroke spiritual reading for June the 3rd, 2019. It's the new moon in Gemini. So we're back to that one. So I just want to say thank you to my loyal subscribers, because I've been away for a while. I think December was the last time I put some videos out. I can't remember, but anyway, yes, so I've been on my own journey, and as you know, I teach, you know, you gotta follow your own path, and you know, follow your own heart, and do what's right for you. So that's what I've been doing for a little while, but I'm back. I thought I was back in December, but clearly not. So let's just go with the flow. But my intention is to put some more videos out. But yeah, so thank you to those, you know, that do still contact me and have readings, and you know, ask how I am, etc. I really do appreciate it. So let's take a look at this reading then, because this is like June the 3rd, so we've got this one in the archetype of Gemini, then we'll have the full moon, I think, on the 17th, which is going to be in Sag. So you've got Gemini, which is an air sign, which is around, you know, your thoughts, your mind, concepts around love, and maybe thinking differently and changing that, which leads then into the full moon, which will be in Sagittarius, which is, you know, which is fire, which is passion, and it's to do with, you know, your truth, nobody else's, yours, what's right for you. And Gemini is asking, because Gemini is sort of ruled by wit and brains. They use their wit, their brains. It's like the communication archetype, because it's ruled by Mercury. So it's all about how do you communicate, where your love life's concerned with your partners, you know, how are you communicating around this time, because it's new, it's the new moon, so you're wanting to set something new in place, even though I don't think it's the most powerful thing to do it on the new moon. It's usually before it actually arrives, hence why I put the videos out a couple of weeks before. But yeah, it's about setting your intentions about what you want to introduce new into your love life, you know, because it's very much about the mind. Questions that you can ask yourselves is, around this time, are you coming too much from the mind? Are you analysing too much about your relationships and not going with the flow? Maybe if you've met somebody new, maybe you're analysing it too much to even get into it and go with the flow, you know, or are you not doing that enough? Are you allowing your heart to rule your head? Because that then, you know, if that's a pattern, and then that can get you into trouble down the line. So, you know, you may need to bring logic into it if you're just following your heart and you're not getting the facts, or maybe seeing the red flags about a situation. So you have to look at both sides of the coins, the positive and the more shadow side of your patterns, and around this time, because this is about a coming together. This is like either someone actually physically coming into your life, or it's about you know, it's about wanting that. So it would be either way, wanting it, it's not happening, or it's happening, it's coming in, because it's all about joining, and it's about union, it's about coming together. you know, whether it's woman and woman, man and man, saying, you know, it doesn't matter. It's whoever is more masculine or more feminine in the roles that, you know, you might be having the issue with. Because women and men see things differently. The feminine and the masculine see things differently. We come from more of the emotional side of our being, whereas the masculine is more factual and logical. And we are here to bridge the two, because we do have the male and female energies within each of us. So, you know, to have a balanced relationship, to have a balanced life, then, you know, we are here to work on both of them. And I think the more we can do that via our relationships, the more balanced we become, and have more harmonious relationships where it'll be more calmer times and more happier and joyful times, and the dramas will be less. Whereas when you're, you know, finding out about relationships and making your choices about relationships, it can be more drama than you know, harmony. And this is what this card is all about. It's about choices. It's called the choice card. So and she's the angel of destiny, and it's interesting that, you know, the feminine is looking up and looking to destiny for guidance, and because she's saying, well, you know, it can be that you've asked for a certain relationship, say, or you've seen somebody you fancy, etc., and you want to meet them, because your paths, due to fate and synchronicity, have passed each other, and you're like intrigued by, interested, what's that about then? And then destiny brings you, well, fate brings you together, because fate and destiny is a bit different. You get synchronicity with both, but destiny here is saying, well, you know, these are some of your requests from your past that you've asked about, and it could be way back, or it could be recently. It depends how quickly, you know, things are syncing, and it could be like, oh, well, you know, I did ask to meet that person, and just to explore and find out what the connection is. But she sort of says, well, you've come together, now you've got to choose wisely, because it's a choice. You've got to choose wisely. Just because you've met somebody doesn't mean to say, you know, it could be a test. I think I didn't look to see what planets. I think Saturn's in Capricorn. I think it's going retrograde, but it's depending where it is in your chart that it really affects you anyway. But you know, she says, think carefully, choose wisely, because every choice that you make regarding your love life affects your future. So and karmic wise, it can be quite quick sometimes. There seems to be a lot of people, one after the other, coming in, and you're learning your lessons quite quickly. And I think when it slows down, people's concept around, oh, well, you know, why am I not attracting other people? Then it tends to, if you've not been working on your self-esteem, it then tends to work on your self-esteem. Oh, well, I must not be lovable or likable enough, or whatever. No matter what I do, if I go out, I'm not meeting people. But it's not. But it could be that you not having people coming in triggers you, or triggers the old patterns of thoughts of those sort of things, that maybe possibly I'm unlovable, or whatever it is for you, whatever that pattern is for you. Oh, I did want to read that poem at this point. I can't pause my video, but I know where the poem is. Hang on 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I will be back. Right, going going on what I've just said, I've kept this. I don't know who it's from. I don't know where I found it, so I can't give credits to them. But oh, it's not me, that's for sure. But and just exchange the wording for whatever it is. But going on about self-worth and maybe not, you know, attracting someone, and it's been a long time, that sort of thing. I like this. Women are like apples. I mean, you could say it either way, but women are like apples on trees. The best ones are at the top of the tree, and it's no insult to anyone. Most men don't want to reach for the good ones because they are afraid of falling and getting hurt. Instead, they just settle for the ones lower down, the ones from the ground that aren't so good but easy. So take that as how you want to. It's not about that. So the apples at the top think something is wrong with them. When in reality they are amazing. They just have to wait for the right person, I'll say, to come along. The one who is brave enough to climb all the way up to the top of the tree, reach out, can't read my own writing, reach out and hold carefully but firmly with tenderness and with appreciation of the beautiful fruit in his stroke her hands. Which, you know, what I make out of that is, you know your values, because this is very much about your values. Know your values, know your worth. We're all at different stages, and we're all awakening to higher levels of consciousness all the time. It's not about shaming, blaming, or guilting people. You know, I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they said, it's only with hindsight, it's only with life experience that you can say, well, yeah, I could have done that differently. So, you know, no beating yourselves up, because, like I said before, they are your dance partners. You have your card. These soul people, these beautiful soul people, have chosen to come in to help you to evolve and grow, and each one comes in. You have a what is it, a reason, a season, and sometimes a lifetime with somebody. You're lucky if you do, because we live longer. So and you tick it. It's like being ticked off. Okay, I've had a dance with him or her, and you learned a few steps. I made some mistakes, but I realized how I now can do it differently. Somebody else comes in so that you can use those skills, those tools, whether it's to do with communication or behaviors, etc. And then, you know, it goes down and down and down, and you've ticked off, because most of the time you've been unconscious until you become awake. And then maybe they slow down a bit because you're learning your lessons, and so until you get to destiny, you know, somebody that's right for you. But it's all about being on the same page with somebody, and letting go of your past behaviors, past guilt, and it's all about being on the same page. But that's what she says, you know. Okay, we're bringing somebody in, but you've got to decide. And I think that's what you're going to be facing maybe around this time, a choice of some kind. And of course this card comes up maybe when there's 3 people in a relationship, or whether you're considering dating somebody that's already in a relationship. So then you get your triangle. This card can come up when that is in play as well. But let's have a look, see what the tarot cards want to say in regard to this new moon in Gemini, June 3rd, 2019. At least I hope it is. I got it right. Hey, dee. my room smells gorgeous. I've got eucalyptus and lemon spray, so I sprayed it everywhere on the tarot cards, etc. Clear the energy. I have been using it to, I've been buying old furniture and restoring and making it all lovely. So you use this organic spray that I made up myself, you know, to get rid of any mites or anything, because you don't want that, especially when it's old furniture. Oh, wow. The sun has got its hat on. Actually, the sun has got its hat on today. We're just getting the nice warm weather coming in. But still, in my little place, it's still cold. But later it will be lovely and warm because the sun comes round. But this is all about confidence, you see. So you've got to find the confidence. I can't help it. I do have a couple of soaps I do watch. I love watching them, so I watch them. I don't care. That's just me. I do get messages from there because I watch it more on a psychological thingy. But yeah, I just was watching this couple going through a split, and that was a triangle. And it's not making any of them wrong, because obviously there was a married couple and they married under very hard circumstances, which probably they wouldn't have rushed so quickly. And then nearly a year later, obviously when things got better and things settled down, somebody else came in the picture for him. And he recognised that because this other person came in, that his wife he wasn't compatible with. So he chose, he had to make a choice, and he actually chose the new person that came in and left his marriage. The way he went about it, he could have done it differently, didn't have to do it so brutally. But it's the person that was left, the female that was left, hurt and saying, well, why couldn't he love me? What's wrong with me? I think this is what happens when you get into that sort of story of low self-esteem and low self-worth. That was more about him, and it was nothing to do with her, but she took all of that crap on her shoulders. And couldn't see that, and it's hard when, you know, you've trusted somebody and they've betrayed you, but it is saying have more confidence. This card is very much about confidence and your light, your inner light, and knowing that nothing can damage that, and know who you are. Know who your values are, and what's right for you, because that's very much about this card. What's right for you, and you've got to have the confidence in yourself and stick to what it is that you want, and have faith and believe. You know, I love this stone. You've got to believe in miracles, and miracles happen every single day. It might not be the full-blown miracle that you've been asking for, but you know, they do happen in ways that you might not see as a miracle. But yeah, and then there's this, because she felt so low about herself and put herself down because she based her love on this one person, she then got drunk and then you know, threw herself onto one of her friends, this guy friend, and luckily he said, no, not under these circumstances. You don't want to be with me, you just want to forget or get back with, you know, have revenge on him. So, which is wisdom, isn't it? And so it showed, because this other person, like they said, he would sleep with anybody that moved, she said, and yet you rejected me. And she couldn't see that it was for a good thing. It's because he respected her and valued her. So there's her thinking she's not worth it, but he did, not that she could see it, this friend showed that she is worthy and he did respect her. So yeah, this is all about that, having confidence in yourself as a person. But there's something there's something that's going to happen that's to do with your past, but this is something that was very happy. The Sun card is joy, you know. It represents joy and harmony and feeling joyful, and it's something to do with the past because of the Six of Cups. Again, children, look, a child here, children here. This is the colour of my hair when I was born, till I was about 11. So fond memories because the to do with your past, to do with the past relationship, or to do with your childhood and wanting to get that feeling back, because you can't have the visual without the feelings. You've got to have the feelings, you know, and you've got to have the experience. We are here to experience. You've got to have the experience to get you there. So, but this is saying, we've got the Star here. This is like a new beginning, a fresh start. It's like, and something to do with the past. Or it could be to do with the child, but there's a new beginning, something that connects you to the past that was once really, really joyful and strong and powerful. So this could be you as a child, you know, if you was confident as a little one, and you know, but then society or the relationships broke you down, stopped you believing in yourself. Or it could be, you know, the situation with your potential partner, or your partner if you're in a long-term relationship. It will either be you or somebody else. But this is saying that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because you've got the Sun there, and you've got the Star here, which represents, you know, healing of the past, healing was sort of healing of the present. There's going to be a fresh start, a new beginning, because this is going into the future. Can you see the cards? Yeah. Because there's something in the past, and that can be like yesterday, doesn't have to be way back. So it could be that you was having a good day yesterday, and now you're in the state of fond memories, and thinking about your past or somebody from your past, because this is about looking out. On some of them they've got like a binocular thing, so looking out into the ocean. And again, it's linking back to choices that make you feel good. This is very much about the entrepreneur card, and creativity, and a leader, you know, like tapping into your own power. So whether that's you or a partner, but whatever it was good. But there we go, heart of the matter, a new beginning in love, along with the Lover's card, because this, you know, the major arcana over thing is the minor, but to have both, and this being at the heart of the matter, this is going to be a very powerful time. This new beginning, this new moon, is going to be, the ace is about new beginning, you see, but this is the energy. So maybe around this time you're going to start to feel excited again. In the past there was that, and maybe your body's forgotten that, so either somebody new will come in to remind you of that, so that your body can feel it and your heart can feel it, whether this person's just for a reason, for a season, or whether they end up being for a lifetime. There is the energy there, and this is like you feeling so exciting, and what's the word, butterflies in your tummy. And because the lovers in the animal tarot, it's the bee, and the bees are all about nectar and you know, honey, sweetness, and yeah, wanting something like sweet and tasty, and but they it's the queen, I think, that governs them all. But anyway, so that's about integrity, you see, using your integrity and what's right for you. Like I said before, what's right for you, not what's right for somebody else. But again, in the middle, we've got the Ace of Cups, a new beginning here. We've got the Ace of Wands as well. Two aces. And then, but that's linked with that, and they're both fire, because this is about a new enterprise, because we are talking about spirituality, not just love here as well. And for some, you might have to start something. You might have to start a business or a creative project to get this new beginning, whether you're in a relationship or not. Either way, if things if you're in a long-term relationships and things have been stagnant, it's suggesting around this time, you know, this new moon, plant something, do something new, do something different to freshen it up and to get the fire back into it, to get the excitement back into it. You know, you just won't happen. You've got to make the effort. Sometimes you've got to create the miracles, but this is very much about new beginning on an emotional level, but also that then like fires you forward, because this is the future, into you know what it's like when you start to fall in love, or you get those feelings. Everything looks sunny and bright, everything looks wonderful. So you've got to get into that feeling of feeling that way, but not having anything or a person in your life getting you to that feeling. And then what comes along, when your heart's expanded and you feel that way, you're then they're going to be attracted to that, that's for sure. They're going to be attracted to that light, so be aware of that. But again, destiny is saying, you know, you've got to discern, you've got to bring in the facts and remember your values and what it is that you want. But then, you know, maybe this recharges your creative juices. So if you were going down the path of which the sun is saying there's success there, because the sun card is all about success. It shows up when somebody is, you know, can be famous or heading towards that, or something, you know, becoming more popular. It's a bit like the Six of Wands, which is, you know, public recognition. You've achieved something, you've got there, you're being recognised for it. And the Three of Wands is very much about that. And maybe you need this energy to bring that back, or to get that going, because maybe some of you have been a bit stagnant. We're coming now to the end of that 6 months eclipse cycle that was in January. I don't think I did. No, I didn't do those. I can't remember what signs they were in, but I think I wrote these ones. We've got the eclipses coming in July 2nd in Cancer, and we've got the lunar eclipse. I'm not sure what sign that one's in though, but I will check them out and I will do them, but I'll do a deeper one. We'll do the psychological cards, get that going, because that will be for a 6 month cycle. So we're coming to an end of a 6 months eclipse cycle. So go back, look back over the last 6 months, and I keep a journal, so I look back and I think, right, what have I learned, what could I have done different, etc. But definitely new beginnings here where love's concerned. And if it's not for you, then it's for, maybe you've had a partner that's felt really, really down, and maybe it's a new beginning for them. But if that's the case, then it still lights, ignites, that's the word I want, ignites your fire and make you feel good about yourself and your life, which is what you want. It's all about supporting, isn't it? Supporting each other. That's what a healthy relationship is about, because this is all to do with finances. So this entrepreneurship or this business deal or creative project is all to do with the family, and getting the wealth, building a business or building the foundation to do with your home. This is about a legacy, something being passed down. And it's look, it's so happy, isn't it? You've got the great big house in the back, you've got a beautiful dog here, the couple happy with the grandparents and the child, and there's the fire, there's the igniting or the light bulby moment. Oh, Knight of Wands. So we've got quite a bit of fire coming into this reading. Now he comes in, this can be, because it's a general reading, it can be any age really, but it's more of a young person, because it's a knight. It's not the King of Wands. It's not somebody who's mature and has learnt their lessons. It's somebody that's on their way to doing that. Or maybe it's the energy that you need or your partner needs, or if you haven't met somebody yet, it's this could be the person coming in. So it could be a fire sign, it could come under Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, because we do have the Leo card here as well. So it could be more towards that. But this is or it could be someone or it could be a family member, because it's next to the family card. This person can show up as a rebel sometimes, or it's the energy is to get your life shaken up, to get you moving, to get you out of a rut or stagnant situation. And like I said, it's in preparation for these next 2 eclipses that are coming. So this card can come up when you're thinking about a move, because you need this energy to actually make a move. It's not easy to, look for a house and do the whole move thing. I think it comes quite high up in one of the stress levels of, after losing somebody to death, and then, a house move and a baby or whatever. So, but he's quite a fiery person. But he is upright. I like to see him when he's upright. So it's a good thing when he's upright. His intentions are good. He might not stay around for long. That's the only thing. That's the only problem with this card. He might not stay around for long. It could be for a reason, to get these feelings. It could be somebody from your past, somebody that you know, or somebody that you've known regarding a family member, but we've got Wands again, so a lot of fire in this thingy. You're gonna have to use your brains. I think you're gonna have to use your logic, your reason in this situation. But there is a new beginning. This is happening to force a new beginning. because this is you know, the astrological stars, it's and the planets, so this will be working in your favor because it's to do with healing your past, healing anything that but they are all upright, and this is about, you know, having the stamina to, because this can be a test, so having the stamina to go through this challenge or test, or you know, stand your ground on something, because the 9 is a test before you get to the 10, to stand your ground over something. So it will work different ways with different people, but there's a lot of fire in this reading. So, oh, and we've got the Emperor in reverse underneath, which is this is like the subconscious, what's going on that maybe you can't see, as to why, because these are like pieces of the puzzle, pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that makes the picture up, but there is something good coming regarding love, but it's only the beginning of it. But the Emperor in reverse, because he's like the father, very strong masculine energy. He can show up as a father, an uncle, a brother, a boss, whatever, because the Emperor's higher than the king. But he is upright, he's reminiscing, or he's looking at the children, and he's got his armour on, because he feels he has to protect himself, I suppose, because upright, this is a strong partner, a good a husband, a strong partner, but in reverse, this can be somebody very stubborn and wanting things their own way. You know, it's their way. They have a vision, and they want the relationship their way. And then you just become like, what's the word? Like a puppet, and he pulls the strings. Because he is very strong, as in a strong character. But in reverse, he can be, no, he's not very nice. He's not flexible. He's certainly not in his feminine side of being warm, compassionate, and that. No, that's not him at all. In reverse, that's him wanting a situation his own way. But let's get some more cards out, go a little bit deeper. See, this is about destiny, and it's on the Sun card. Well, your destiny, all of our destinies, is to be happy, is to, where love's concerned, is actually, it's about you being in your true self, like free, because he's got no saddle on or anything. This is like your inner child. This is about you being connected to the light. That is your destiny. It's the cross. I mean, you could get a bit religious on that and go down the Jesus Christ thingy, couldn't you? But it's about shining your own light, but you've got to be true to yourself in relationship and drop the codependency. Codependency is all about pleasing somebody else. It's the people pleasing archetype, and you know, people do that for many reasons, either to do with children, to do with finances, because some people's circumstances, either they don't think that they can make it on their own, or they're caught up in a court case. You know, it can be many reasons. So a lot of people can, to do with finances, just separate, they don't divorce. But when you're like that, you're not actually completing your business with that person. You've got unfinished business with them. So there's no flow there to bring somebody new in. But what it is what I feel this is saying is it's your right to be happy, to feel happy, and not to allow a partner knock you off your centre. So if they're having a bad day, that's about them. It's not about you. It's about, I think what they're saying is, don't allow somebody else's mood to govern your mood, or, you know, trigger your bad feelings, is what they're saying. So try to stay in your own centre. Yes, you can be supportive, but it's all about that freedom, that joy, and your destiny is to feel that. The Sun card is one of the best cards you can have, as in, you know, happiness, joy, upliftment. Heart of the Matter. Oh, well, it's to do with finances. Well, an investment, you know, it's like an investment, but this is your destiny. Or there's something, a new love coming in that is to do with money. That might be the link in some way, shape or form, and it could be any link, because there's so many people. But yeah, it could be any link, it could be any different scenarios as to why. But maybe you receive some money, because the ace is about a new beginning, or it could be you receive some money because this is destiny, which gives you that good feeling about yourself, because you can create a new beginning for yourself to do with finances. You know, because this again goes with the entrepreneur card. It's an enterprise, something new, a new beginning. And but there's money there, there's finances, there's money there around this that's going to make you feel good, because you've got the Sun card there as well. So you've had it before in some shape or form, but it's led dormant due to, you know, behaviour patterns and thought patterns, but yeah, this is very much a secure and loving. So you either want this, or that's what you're working towards. And yes, that can be actual children. The Six of Cups shows up as actual children. It can be that you're reminiscing, you know, very much melancholy about a situation from your past, about feeling secure, to do with your past, but that is in the present. So there's something. Oh, there we go. The heart on here is all about a fresh beginning, a new start, hope. This card is very much about hope, and hope is about hoping for a certain outcome that you want. Faith is about the unknown completely, and you just literally gotta have faith. But hope is more knowing something and then wanting a certain outcome to that, because it governs, you know, the astrological, the planets, the stars, the planets. So it looks like things are lining up. That's how it feels like. Things are going to be lining up because there's light at the end of the tunnel. So, but the stars have got to be lined, the planets have got to be lined up for it all to come together. But there is healing regarding the heart, and a new beginning, a fresh start going into those. But it's destined, and this is a strong. This is like a secure love. Be secure in your love. So you've got to be secure in your own love, or be secure in the love that you're in, or maybe will be in, because this might be insight into what's coming. But we've got a lot of orange this side. So this home is destined, or that home was destined if you was reading it from the past, but this is about having money for a home. There is going to be money for a home and financial security. So if you've been feeling that way, but we do have the mouse come up. The mouse is all about negotiations. It can be a dark card, but it doesn't overpower everything, but it's just like something, because the mouse is a robber mouse. It's trying to steal something, and it's under the heart. So maybe this new beginning, this creativity, this project, this enterprise, because butterflies are like the joy as well. So there's something being nibbled away at, like, because it's about negotiation. So there's going to have to be some form of negotiation to do with this new beginning, and there's some sort of argument in the family to do with, I mean, that could be inheritance. You know, that could be inheritance, because it's something that's passed down. So there could be some sort of inheritance, and then there's going to be, or there has been in the past, and there's going to be some problems there. So I don't know if that's, if you're, you know, in a marriage or a long-term relationship and something's going on there for you. But remember, this is the card, and this comes up as the Father card. Or a husband, or a strong partner, put it that way, but he's in reverse. So there's somebody being stubborn about something, and there's been arguments around money to do with a house that's destined, and there are big blocks to overcome. You know, there are challenges to overcome here. And you're going to need this sort of energy to get through it, because there are obstacles to overcome, either to do with him. We'll get a few more cards out on him in a minute. Either to do with him, or you're going to need that energy yourself. But there are going to be to do with a family or a legacy, some sort of tie. But there is a trip, and you need to be standing your ground. This is all about stamina, knowing you can keep going. That could be something abroad, a trip abroad. Yeah, it's all to do with health. So there might be some health issues there, because this tree is all about vitality. So. And this could be affecting your love life in some way, either of the, you know, what your potential partner is going through, or what you're going through before you can meet them, or if you're in a relationship, then maybe a father has power over your partner, or over you. But there's something that's around growth and vitality, and he's in reverse. So maybe struggling with something, maybe to do with health. Right, let's get some clarifying cards out on the Knight of Wands. Let's see what this is about, because we already know there's an obstacle. Oh, that just wanted to drop out. And what else? Choose two more. That's to do with the relationship again, because we've got the Two of Cups, which is the smaller version of the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Rods. So that's two lots of eights. Because the six, the Gemini, the Lover's card is a number 6 in numerology. It's the protector number. It's about protection. to do with love. So, well, that could mean protection, as in make sure you use protection. So we are talking about love here, and there's a lot of children in this reading. Right, so it is to do this chappie. So this could be somebody, because this is about, could be a change of residency, change in home, or something like that, because we do have the rock here, and this is something rock solid or something really important, but there has been some arguments to do with the family or to do with the legacy or something like that. But it's about a relationship, a couple, but the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. And I'm getting, because there's a 3, so I don't know if people are going to be breaking up, because of the story I told at the beginning to do with that couple on one of the soaps. I don't know if that's what's going to be happening. You certainly would need that energy to do that. But yeah, this is walking away from a partnership, and that can be business as well as love. We are talking about spiritual lessons here, because we've got the 8 of Wands here, which is all about, or rods, 2 8s, which is 16. 16 is the Tower card in the tarot deck. The Tower card is that Mars energy, is some shocking revelations or something coming to light, something you built a foundation on, you thought was stable, wasn't, and so it can be that as well, because this is all about swiftness, something happening quickly. So it could be somebody's just whoop, because he's definitely about that. He comes in and whoosh, he can go back out again, but very much about swiftness. It's fire as whoo. And that could be it, like within a blink of an eye, somebody goes or you go, because this is about swiftness, and this is about walking away from something and walking towards the 9. The 9 is about happiness, is about a wish fulfilled. So it could be that, and this is about messages going back and forth, or even an actual flight, a trip, and that would be, you know, having the courage. This is about having courage and to do it. But that's on him, this chappie here, or a woman, doesn't matter which energy. Let's have some clarity on the heart. Oh, well, we've got the star, but in reverse. Oh, I didn't realise what the time was. Star that's in reverse. So maybe you've got to be very clear about what it is that you want, because the star, that's about false hope, and to do with that's naive love. Naive. So for some of you, you're going to have to be really, really clear, because of the Gemini. Be really, really clear, because this is about waiting for your rewards. Didn't realise what the time was. Let's get some romance angel cards out. What would the romance angels like to say regarding this spread, please? They can only answer the best way they can. So it's the engagement card, which represents commitment, and this card is, do you commit? Does your partner commit? If they're not committing, you know, you've got to get on the same page. And the engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And if you're not in a relationship, this is saying that, you know, the angels can see one on the horizon that will be coming in, that will be something more fulfilling for you. And for some of you, you know, it will be an actual engagement where you're your next level is to get engaged, which is a promise of marriage up here, because there's that new beginning, that fresh start, a promise of marriage. Let's have a look, see what Wisdom of the Oracle wants to say. New life. How lovely. New moon, new life, fresh start, new beginning. And you got the engagement card, which means, you know, taking it to the next level. It just reminded me of I'm crazy sometimes. I just love that film, You've Got Mail. I know it's old, but I just love Tom Hanks in there. And then when he's going to meet her, and the other guy's saying, you're just taking it to the next level. That's all you're doing. I just take it to the next level, he said. And then you take it to the next level after that. And if things are okay, you take it to the next level after that. So that's what that card is. But it's saying there's a new life for you. It's waiting for you. And with this solar eclipse and lunar eclipse coming in July, there's going to be big changes. But let's see how it fits into this reading. 39, because I like to see how it fits in. Birth of new ideas, which is that Ace of Wands. Growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself, which is definitely that there. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt, which is that, and that's your destiny, whatever I said about that. It can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song. It's the Ace of Cups, it's that feeling, you know, that wonderful, wonderful feeling. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us, which is what I said. Believe in miracles. This is regarding your love life. Beckon on all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world and you have the energy you need, which is the Ace, and this one down here, the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm, that Ace of Cups. Let your light shine, this Sun card. For this is a time of good fortune. Yay! But there is some sort of obstacle here. Relationship message. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with sweetness and vibrancy, only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion. So you've got excitement here, passion here, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnership in all forms. There we go. So all ready for, I haven't used these much yet, but it's the Akashic Tarot. So I'm just going to pull one and see what we get from that, to see where it can guide us. Oh, there we go, and birth again. So that's what new life was saying. So this new moon is in this Gemini energy is just full of life, is what it's saying, because you've got the birth card here, and children again. So if you're wanting children or not wanting children, then that could be, because that's very much about a baby. The Ace of Cups is about children and baby, but that's about false hope, or so that could be thinking you're pregnant and you're not. So that would be like a false read. But just trust, because there is new life here. So that could be very much about a baby because of birth as well. Let's have a quick look for. I don't like to go over really. with this card, it's time for a new start. So there you go. Perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away and new beginnings. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives, which is the cross there. There may be some labour involved, which there will be, because you've got the whip and the mountain there. There may be some labour involved, there will be, I can assure you, but it's a labour that bears fruit, because this is the card of waiting for your harvest to come in. So there will be. Don't give up hope. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality and motherhood. There may be new energy in a romance, where there is, because we've got the Ace of Cups there, the family or the home, because of what's happening down here. You could be giving birth to a creative project, which is the Ace of Wands. Whatever it is, celebrate. Prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come. Celebrate. You know, believe, have faith, believe in miracles. Right, I am going. I will be back here June the 17th is the full moon, so I'll post that on the new moon, and then you've got a heads up ready for what's going on there. Please like, share and subscribe. It's your gift back to me, and I am saving towards an astrology course now, which is going to help give better readings, because I've decided that's what I want to do. I do have a donate button on my website, and I appreciate those that gave for the homeless. That was lovely, and I did email them personally, so I would appreciate it. It all goes back into the business, because I can't do it on my own. I just can't manage it on my own. But it starts in September, so I need to raise that money. I think it's $1,000, but £800 in English, because and I've set my intentions, so I'm going to be, and anything is greatly received. It's on my website, and it will be ploughed back into this. Because I just cannot run this on my own. Okay, lots of love to you. It's great to be back. Please comment and share, and you know, and tell me what you think. Okay, lots of love. Namaste.